Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to cover active adult communities, 55 plus neighborhoods. I want to give you an honest rundown of the 6 issues I think you should know before you cough up $500,000 or $600,000 for a home, long before you move in there if you decide to move in. When you look at those brochures or watch the builders' videos, it all looks pretty good. The people are happy, having fun with other residents. A lot of communities are going to have pool parties, dancing, happy hour every day, all kinds of activities, amenities. Some of these places have everything. There's the old tried and true shuffleboard or bocce ball, but the new communities, they're going to have multiple pools, outdoor tiki bars, beautiful clubhouses with fitness centers, all kinds of stuff, tennis courts, and of course everybody's got pickleball. Building and maintaining all those features cost money. So I want to start with money and what it's going to cost you. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Michael Lavoie. I am a broker associate here in Tampa, Florida with Dalton Wade Real Estate. One of the key selling points of the 55 plus communities are the amenities. In newer communities, these amenities, they're just pretty much impressive. The downside is the cost, not only to build in, but to maintain them. That cost winds up getting paid by the homeowners. Here in Florida, there are 2 forms or types of payments. One is an HOA or Homeowners Association, and the other one is a Community Development District or CDD. Let's tackle those CDDs first. I have a video explaining in detail what a CDD is. If you want a lot of information, watch it. Essentially, a CDD is a tax paid once a year along with your property taxes you get from the county. The CDD is in 2 parts. It has 2 parts. There's a construction half and a maintenance half. After a period of time, those construction bonds or the construction part is supposed to be paid off, which, in theory, would lower your annual payment. However, when was the last time you saw a taxing authority give up that revenue? The maintenance part continues because someone has to pay for the maintenance on the commonly used things in the community, like the streets, the sidewalks, those gates out at the front entrances. That stuff is going to need to be fixed at some point in time. So number 1 issue is the HOA. It's a separate entity with its own monthly fee. That fee pays for, among other things, those amenities. The more grandiose the amenities, the higher the HOA fee is going to be. That HOA fee is billed monthly and is normally a set number for 12 months, but not always. There are no additional limits on the amount of the increases. The HOA board decides what that number is going to be based on the anticipated expenses over the next 12 months, plus any repairs or improvements that are going to be needed. I've seen HOA fees go up 8 to 10% a year. Okay, HOA fees are just a part of living in an upscale neighborhood with a bunch of amenities, whether it's an adult community or not. You're not going to get around it. The issue with those amenities and the HOA fee is time. When you first move into the neighborhood, you're going to go down to that pool pretty much every day. You're living in Florida, you can use it year-round. Hanging out with those friends in the clubhouse, having dinner, going to happy hour every day, all day. Get out in that fitness room and do some working out. What happens when you find a workout facility down the street that you like better, you like the machines better? Or after you've had your, 720th dinner at that clubhouse and you want some good Mexican food downtown. Sooner or later, daily happy hours may get to be a little much. Your participation in club activities is going to probably slow down a little, maybe a lot. Those HOA fees, they don't stop. That $500, $600, $800 a month keeps getting paid. Issue number 2, well, I'm on HOAs. Things to pay attention are the rules. HOAs have the function of keeping a neighborhood clean, orderly, attractive. That means they're going to tell you what color your home can be, and there might be several color combinations, but they have to get each one approved. We're going through that now with our HOA. The HOA will no doubt have limits on the type and size of your pets, definitely, and how many you can have. There are more than likely going to be limits on the number, ages, and length of stay for any guest, in particular, children and grandchildren. If you want a fence out in your backyard to keep your dog contained, they are going to have to approve it too. So before you decide to buy, you really need to take a look at the HOA rules and bylaws. And while you're in there asking for that information, get a copy of the most recent board of directors meetings and the most recent financial statement. What you're looking for in either one of them is something that might indicate an upcoming special assessment. Yes, the seller's supposed to disclose if there is one, but issue number 3, Karen. A lot of people move into the 55 plus community. A lot of different people move into a 55 plus community. For the most part, they're happy. They're happy with life. They want to have some fun, do some things they may not have been able to do while they were in a different place in their lives. But every crowd of people have those people who have nothing else to do but get up in your business. Reminds me of they love to keep track of what their neighbors are doing and who they're doing it with. They can tell you what time of the day you come and go. And quite honestly, that happens in every neighborhood, not just 55 plus hoods. But really, I do hear a lot more about it from the people who live in 55 plus hoods. Those people are normally retired. They just don't want to get involved in activities and go do something with their lives. So they have plenty of time on their hands. The other comment I hear a lot about is that they find living in a 55 plus neighborhood is like going back to high school. They find there are cliques in the community. You remember, the cool kids. Well, at least they think they are. And of course, the Karens. Those people, they just want to find things to complain about. When you have a community of, 500 or 600 people, there are bound to be a couple of bad apples. It's just a law of large numbers. The good part is that the vast majority of people who live in a 55 plus hood are there to meet people, have some fun, do things. And did I say already, have some fun? Hang out with those people. As long as we're talking about people, a comment I hear a lot about is that I just don't want to live around a bunch of old people. A lot of people I talk to have a concept that an adult community is made up of a bunch of, people using walkers on life support. I'm not saying there aren't older people there. There is. But the average age of a resident of a 55 plus neighborhood community here in Florida is 63. In my book, 63 is not that old, mainly because I went by 63 a couple of years ago. The idea you'll be surrounded by an 80, 90-year-old people may or may not be real. Will there be 80 or 90 people, 80, 90-year-old people in there? Yeah, more than likely, yes. Will that age group be the majority? That's going to depend on what community you decide to move into. There are communities in Florida, and really any other state for that matter, that have been around for decades. Heritage Springs over in Newport Richey comes to mind. A lot of the residents that lived there bought in when that community was just going up. It was newer. It was in the 1980s. They were in their 60s. Times passed, and hopefully they grew older. There are younger people moving into the community for a number of reasons, but they are going to be in the minority for a while. Del Webb Bexley, Angeline, Murata, and there are several other communities that are just now being built. They are getting the younger buyers with their own set of reasons. A good portion of them are in their late 50s, early 60s. The average age there is a lot lower. Issue number 4. These communities, especially the newer ones, are loaded with activities and amenities. Multiple pools, several tennis courts, pickleball, restaurants, walking trails, parties, dances, summit bars, tiki huts, happy hours every day, all day. Most of them have full-time activity coordinators to make sure the community calendar is full, and it's just difficult to get away from all the activity. For a good percentage of residents, they just flat out love it. Some, not so much. When you first move into the neighborhood, it may be fun to go to happy hour any time of the day, every day of the week. Most people start out that way, but after a while, partying 24/7 may get to be a little old. A full calendar of events at the beginning could be great. You meet people, but again, it may get to be overwhelming. And now if you own a home there, you're going to be pretty much stuck. Before you commit to buy, take a hard look at the community. Places like the Villages or Margaritaville over on the east coast of Florida are known as party places. They have multiple restaurants, bars, dancing, games. Make sure you're ready for that type of nonstop fun. Okay, I hear your comments before we even type them in. But Mike, there's no requirement that says you have to participate. You are 100% correct. You don't have to use the amenities, but you still get to pay for them. Take a look at my comments on HOA fees earlier. You might learn something. Issue number 5, a good number of people, move into a 55 plus community or a gated community believing it will be safer. Less crime on the outside world. Bad news. Crime is everywhere. There is no bubble over a 55 plus community. There is no bubble over a gated community. There are fewer incidents, no doubt about it. Less severe, less violent, absolutely. But people are people. You're going to have disputes among residents. Domestic violence is still going to be an issue. Are there chop shots, drug dealers, prostitution? Well, maybe prostitution in a 55 plus. But violent crimes, something to be scared of. I guess it's possible. I just don't think it's probable. My final thought on this video about moving into a 55 plus is that you're not living in a dating app. In every 55 plus communities are going to be single men, single women. They are there for a couple of reasons. Their spouse may have already passed, or they just want to be. Maybe they're divorced. Maybe they've never been married. Whatever the reason, unmarried people, they do exist. In the average 55 plus neighborhood, older women outnumber men 3-1. Sorry guys, they just tend to outlive us. If you're a guy, your odds of meeting a woman are pretty good. Ladies, if you're single, not so much. Maybe you just aren't looking to find that perfect man. My mother's told me several times that she has no desire to be someone's nurse or purse. I'm not saying that you can't find romance. Just don't make finding that special person and being happy for the rest of your life your primary reason you move into a 55 plus. I put that somewhere around 5th or 6th on the priority list. If you get anything useful out of this, please let me know. Hit that like button to subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel helps YouTube analytics get us out to more people who might want to hear this. If you're thinking about or planning on moving to a Tampa area in a 55 plus community or not, we'd love to talk to you. We are licensed realtors here in the Bay Area. Over the years, we've helped hundreds of people find a home, and we'd love to help you too. You can reach us at 813-864-6370. Can't answer the phone right away. Please leave a message. We will call you right back. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.